Hello and welcome to Local Edition. I'm Leslie Leyton. Well, changes in the way business is done in Sacramento may have unintended consequences. I take, for instance, passing the budget on a simple majority, or open primaries, or the upcoming changes in redistricting. And here to touch on some of those issues is Assemblyman Curt Hagman. Thank you very much for being here.
Great to be here, Leslie.
The state budget, first of all, I mean, as a Republican and with the mantra of no new taxes, would you have thought with the passage of Prop 25 and the simple majority, the Democrats passing the budget without even the help of Republicans, that you would have essentially gotten what you wanted in that regard?
Well, it was the first time in many years that the budget is actually done on time, which gives a little more stability to California, so I'm very happy with that. I think there's differences in approaches how we would do it as far as Republicans versus Democrats and priorities of spending, but it was a good step forward with Prop 25 to get the budget out on the table, put the pressure on the legislature to get it done without losing their pay, and to make it balanced.
But you got the no new taxes, the not extending the taxes that were already in force. But on the other hand, you didn't get the spending caps or the regulation changes, or
yes, we had some budget reforms on the table to negotiate with the governor and our colleagues. Those weren't entertained at all. At the same time, I don't believe this cycle's done. I believe there's still some inherent problems with the budget. We'll probably come back sometime later on this year and have to face those, and hopefully we still do the reforms that California needs to keep going forward.
Looking forward, there are going to be changes in how the district lines are drawn. What are some of the projections you can make, some of the changes and effects it will have?
Well, the lines are not, they're still fluid. They have to be certified by the court. There are going to be some vacant seats, and there's going to be some that have multiple members in the same thing. So you have members versus member. For the first time, we have open primaries, so you could see a Democrat versus Democrat in a general election, or Republican versus Republican. And I'm hoping that it brings some more moderate voices to the Capitol, and we can actually, more pragmatism to it, and get some work done that needs to be happening as well. But no one has the models for it. It's never happened before. You have redistricting at the same time of open primaries. It's a new mess. Let's
talk about what you've been busy doing recently in Sacramento. Changes with the death penalty you're proposing for upcoming ballots.
Yes, one of the Democrat senators proposed to put to get rid of the death penalty on the ballot coming soon. It did pass out of the committee that I'm on. I voted against that. I wanted to keep it in. But there is a lot of problems with the death penalty. I will admit to that. It does take way too long for us to commit the sentence, and it costs way too much for the taxpayers right now.
What changes would you like to see?
Oh, there's a lot of reforms. It takes up to 6 years to get counsel to even start the appeal. We need to expand the qualifications for those who could be on the panel. To do a brief to the courts, it's literally a phone book or two. Every line said, and the more you put in writing, the more problems you can find with that, and that's what generally gets appealed. I wasn't crossed or something, or T wasn't crossed. You have to go back to the lower courts. 70% of the cases are referred back to lower court, but very few are ever upheld. So it's just very much time consuming and resource consuming for the process. And I believe it is a deterrent for against murderers and other crimes, and we need to have that in place. And the California's population has voted on it several times to actually expand it. Most recently, a few years ago, up to 75% voted for it. So I think it's the will of the people at this point. We just need to make it work faster. For California, it takes 25+ years to execute someone, and the same jurisdiction in the Ninth Circuit Court in Arizona takes average of 10. So we're obviously doing something wrong there.
What issues do you see as the next important issues to be dealing with up in the legislature?
Well, I think it's obviously the economy. We have to be able to figure out how California can compete with other states right now and bring the job producers back into the state and keep them here and get our population employed. We have a higher than national average unemployment, and I believe a lot of the policies that we put in place in Sacramento are the cause of that. And hopefully we could take a look at that and start getting to be a more business-friendly state.
All right, Curt Hagman, always nice to see you. Thank
Great
you very much
here.
for stopping by.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for tuning in. More HLN next.